and that's about the East Legon accident. And I think yesterday, Salifu Amaku, who is the father of the 16-year-old whose tragic accident resulted to death of 2 girls, may their soul rest in peace, he actually said that Ghanaians don't know the truth. He claimed that Ghanaians are very unaware of the truth, and then we keep on talking and talking and talking. What are your thoughts on that?
Firstly, let me give collective condolences to the families. When you saw, I don't know, I'm sure most of us have watched what happened, the images of the accident that happened. And I have 2 daughters myself. So naturally you feel that, hey, Charlie, you know, to be burnt in the vehicle, and then you have to look at what happened, the precedents for it, you know, somebody, I'm talking the minor, you know, one, you don't have license.
True.
We can come to that later. But let me give my condolences. In everything we say, Allahu Alam, God knows best, Allah knows best. And we pray for the souls, the spirits of these young, beautiful girls. And we can only comfort their parents and family and friends with our words. But beyond that, we've also got to examine how we can rework policy and road safety. Now, any administration or government cannot somehow accommodate every incident.
Right.
I mean, this is something that it's not like the road was bad, there's potholes. It is just a minor, a reckless driver. We've got to find out whether they were intoxicated, all the things that go into it, to determine more of the issue. But what Salifu said, I read the report, and to his credit, I'll give him the credit, it was because some of his parishioners at his church were attacking journalists from the EIB network. And he said, how on earth do you do this? You know, he said, you are rather adding more battles to the battle that I'm already facing. And so he reprimanded his own followers, his parishioners, for how they saw the matter and they were attacking journalists and the media that were there at the time. So that's to his credit. Because if you read the story without diving deep, you may wonder what he's talking to, that Ghanaians are talking to plenty. He was really referring to principally his followers, and that as more information is revealed or comes to public attention, we can better determine the way forward. So what I read, to his credit, that's what I wanted my submission there.
Right, but do you think it was right for him to have made that statement right now that, you know, heads are hard, everybody's mourning and all that?
Chris, in retrospect, it was better for him to maybe remain mute and frame it differently. Say directly that, one, I have not yet heard him, once I apologize, sympathize with the family. I have not yet read it, so I'm not condemning him. But we need to see that statement first and foremost. That, you know, as a man of God, he feels, one, a responsibility. That minor is your responsibility. Until he or she is an adult, 18 plus, everything they do, per the law, you are responsible for. I'm talking his child. So that kind of, what's the word? When you see the words are failing me myself, Paul, saying sorry. I have not yet captured it. And so that should have come first before his reprimanding of the parishioners. You know, because yes, if you read the headline, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Like, what were you doing? How did he get the keys? And all manner of things like that. And people would say, this is not the first time, possibly.
It's happening.
It's happened. It's just that it resulted in an accident. So if it's happened before, what did you do to check your son? Because 2 lives have been lost.
True.
You know,
which one is an only child?
Yes. And so justice must be meted out. Because if you put yourself in the parent's position, you want that child to go to prison.
That's a lot.
Sometimes you say, oh, no, this is not Ayeshri.
No, Ayeshri.
You know, and it's very serious for Salifu and his family.
My condolences to the bereaved families. I didn't even know one of my senior colleagues, who is a lawyer, Agben David. That's the only daughter.
Oh. Yes.
I didn't even know that it was David.
That's the only daughter.
He's a very good friend to me and my wife's family. I didn't know so until I got to, I said, wow, that's serious. But you see, I think it is said that sometimes when these things happen, we must reflect and know what we say. You see, it is said, Salifo Amaku, it's one of the leaders of the moral conscience of this nation. And he should know that in times like this, it is better he keeps quiet. Because, you know, he aggravates the pain when you say that people don't know the truth. In the context, no matter the context in which you want to put it, whilst the people are grieving, the people are pained, you know, they've lost their, it happens. But what's the moment you don't come and you speak? You see, you try to even go to the family or send emissaries to the family and says, look, even if it is my own son, I won't be happy for it to happen to you. These are the kind of things I think the followers, his followers in his church should be doing. That's to appease the people and say that, look, nobody will ever wish this for even his own enemy. But when you want to make justifications, right, that, oh, this happened, and the parishioners going to attack journalists and the rest, it offends sensibilities. And I believe that this is, yes, I respect his ministry, I respect it. But you see, we live in a society. Once you live in the society, you must go within the mores, the mores and the ethos of the society. Things like this, when it happens, it's pain. It's pain. You know, within a twinkle of an eye. And you see, the law makes it clear that when you are even a child, anything you do, the responsibility lies on the father,
on the parents,
and the parents. And you see, how could he have as 16 years? And you know, examples abound that it was not the first time, right? It was not the first time. So I think that it's a matter that he has friends who are bishops. I'm sure the clergy all sympathize with him. He should rather be getting the clergy to be able to visit the families and also speak to the families. That this is not something that has been done intentional. It has happened. You know, nobody knows the ways of God.
Right.
Nobody. But you see, it is a pain. It's an indelible mark that will be on their conscience forever.
Right.
The family's conscience. So it is time that they tone down and get the clergy, the bishop, the respected among them to be able to go to the family and speak to the society and say that, look, it is not our intention.
Apologize.
Yes, apologize. Because, look, when you don't have a bad son or a daughter, that is when sometimes these things happen, you want to condemn. Right? You have children that sometimes it's difficult to bring them up. And that's, you see, the injunction, the biblical injunction that train a child in a way so that when he grows, he will not depart from it. You see, and I'm sure because he lives with the mother or the father not consistently, some of these things may be, and during teenage age, the children become rebellious.
And they have a lot of hormones going, a lot of things happening within them. They don't even
become very rebellious. You know, I have a son like that. Sometimes become rebellious, and I just take it easy. So once they are rebellious, I think that is where we need to show them love more. Yes, he's done this. He himself, the child, is going to be affected by this for a very long time. If we don't have psychological help, clinical psychologists coming to help him, look, for a very long time, he will live with it.
All right. So let's move on to the next topic. The free SHS never compromise quality of education, and that is NAPO. Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, the running mate of the New Patriotic Party, has underscored the major successes of Ghana's free SHS policy, emphasizing its positive impact on educational outcomes and equity. You can go on citynewsroom.com and then you can read all about it there. But I'm going to start with you, Victor. Do you think this is an issue of quantity over quality? I mean, because a lot of people have come out to say that this policy is probably affecting the sort of education that's coming out now, or the quality of education that is being churned out now. So do you think at this point it's an issue of quantity over quality for him to have made this assertion while he was speaking at the University of Memphis in the United States?
You see, it's an issue of quantity over quality. What everybody is complaining about is the quality of education. The quality of education, it has gone down. It has taken a nosedive. And there are deficiencies, right, within the policy. I think everybody, generally in Ghana, everybody says that free education is a good policy. But its implementation, look, now the school calendar, you won't even understand it. Where I am now, if I tell you that I can follow the school calendar, the kind of food the children eat, what parents have to spend, we even spend more than when they say they are not paying fees. Because you need to be sending food, you need to be sending money to your children. And others, look, I have been taking care of a lot of people, cousins here and there. I know that it has taken the burden of maybe paying, but now it has imposed another thing altogether. Because every time you need to send them food, money, even books. And that is what we are talking about. So if you come and you want to live in denial and say that, yes, we've implemented it, so once it's been implemented, it is the best thing that has happened. No, parents will not have been complaining if everything was smooth. Society will not. But you see, trying to live in denial and say free HSS has been the panacea and brought solution to everything in our educational system, it's all right. I've always said that government should all be listening government. You see, when we were having crisis with education in 1996, what happened? There was a stakeholder conference. That was what brought about Get Fund. And we've seen what Get Fund has done to this country. That's why we are saying that let's have a stakeholder conference and see what are the deficiencies within, and we will implement it. And I think that's why the NDC is saying, look, if you look at our oil revenue, although it is dwindling, let's have a specific amount or resources that would be dedicated to the free HSS system. I get it. But sometimes when you say it and the other side is saying, oh, come and let's have an agreement, it's a policy. We need to fine-tune the policy. We need that policy credibility. And all we are saying is that how best, because we are not training Togolese children. It is Ghanaian children who are enjoying the education. At the end of the day, they will become the future leaders.
Right. So
that's all we are saying. Let's implement it and do it properly.
In some minutes, how does the NPP actually respond to the criticisms in the policy being a bit financially unstable?
Well, let me quickly answer your question on this issue, Chris. When you send your child to a school, what is the thing that will inform you as a parent or ward, so as a parent or guardian, that this school is good? The results. You can go up and down. You can pave the classroom with gold. The washroom can be silver. But the results is what will tell you that this is a good school. That's why there's a clamor for Wesley girls, Wegehe, Achimota, Prempe, and so on and so forth. And this Adele, of course. What's your school? Your school is?
Yes, Mali School.
It's the results. 2016 to 2020, and then now 2024. Results, we've had a high pass mark from grades A1 to A3, up in English from 36.3% to 51.2%. Because of free SHS, we've enrolled, yes, 5.1 million Ghanaians who under President John Mahama, former president, and his was what? We're going to give you progressively free education. Do you know what progressively free was? That Afro Moses sandal. And those uniforms, 3 times bigger than the child. That was his remedy for free SHS. We said no. Boarding, tuition, feeding, and then also the instruments to actually deliver.
But has it been sustainable?
Yes.
When you say feeding, boarding, and all
yeah,
that?
there are challenges across board. I'm not, never defend the indefensible if you're doing politics.
So I'm coming. Not part of the progressive SSS.
What's that?
The e-blocks.
Oh, the ones that we completed for you, and you said that you done all. You went and put it in the bush. Oh, but Victor.
It was not part of the progressive.
Oh, but Victor.
You're talking about.
I understand, but when you go and put.
No, it was not part of the progressive.
I beg you.
I'm just reminding you to
time, Niho. Let me talk.
Okay.
You have 1 minute.
When you go and put an e-block in the bush, don't tell me you're being practical. And it was in the bush. Let me land. In English, maths, sciences, the results are there. And I love the fact that now we can all interact. Channel One TV viewers, as I'm talking, just Google what are the pass rates in English, maths, sciences between 2016, when you guys left, and 2024. A1 to A3, oh, I beg you, Victor, let me land. A1 to A3 is higher. 5.1 million Ghanaian children are now in school. Enrollment is higher. Teacher recruitment is also higher. Yes, we did the double track system, whereby you have 2 semesters as opposed to 3, so that you can accommodate this increase. And meanwhile, on the same platform, we are building more SHS blocks. Now, the contact time that Ghana has, or Ghanaian students have, is comparable with the contact time that they have in Japan. Go to Koichi Ogawa's report of UNESCO. The UNESCO report looked at Ghana's education policy and said that it had markedly improved. And we know the results. For the first time, WASI results, which is the competition of
West Africa,
which is the West African exam competition across Nigeria, Niger, Burkina Faso, Togo, Sierra Leone, Togo, Benin, and Co. We came on the top 3 positions, Ghanaians. It wasn't the first position was Ghanaian, second was Niger, third was Burkina Faso. It was Ghana first, Ghana second, Ghana third. We have totally transformed the educational system
But
here
do you
in
think
Ghana.
it can be better?
Of course it can be better. And that's the vision of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to make sure it is better. That's why we have. I'm coming, Victor.
You don't have curriculum.
You see, you're still in the past.
And you buy past questions. Buy past questions that go and learn the past questions.
If I want you to succeed,
Anyway,
Chris, I beg you, it's important for our viewers.
Oh.
What Victor mentioned is important that I address it.
Yeah.
If you are a parent and you want your child to succeed, won't you purchase the past questions so he can practice? Won't you do that?
Well, yeah.
Without
So
learning the concepts.
How can you talk?
Without learning the concepts.
The results are changing that we know the
I'm not
concept.
saying that about only
Victor,
results.
Anyway.
Education is not only about results.
You know what? I want to-
Education has improved.
we don't have time now, so can
We
you
have
just
a
land? I have some
stronger
messages to read.
human resource base because of MPP. And Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is now making sure that TVET and STEM are going to elevate Ghanaians.
Anyway.
That's why they're voting for MPP and Dr.
On
Mahamudu Bawumia.
7th December,
They're voting for
we will
MPP, I
pass
know.
a vote whether the free HSS have been implemented well and has improved.
SHS.
Ghana, you heard it here. NDC wants to remove.
vote on it. So
Ghana, you heard it here. NDC wants to remove
It's gonna be-
FSHS.
No, they didn't say they want to remove.
He said they're going to pass the vote.
No, they didn't say they want to remove.
Whether
but-
it's been implemented well.
And it has been implemented well.
Anyway, we have some messages here. Good morning. The way the business of parliament is being handled by the majority leaves a lot of questions. The people of Ghana are watching, and that is by Bashiru. Hi, Channel One TV. This our constitution is archaic because how will it allow someone who comes to parliament as an independent person to join a party to form majority? But if he or she joins the party, then they are not recognized. What ambiguity is that? Now everything is being politicized. Mohammed from Nakore in the Upper West region. Each day is a beautiful day to enjoy. Wishing you all the dreams of the heart, all of the love in the world, and beautiful day you deserve for being special. Happy birthday, baby, and that's by Joy. Thank you so much. That's by George. Thank you so much for your messages. The one that had to do with the show, and of course the messages, happy birthday messages too. Happy birthday to you, though. Thank you for joining us, and once more, ladies and gentlemen, Ibrahim Ajay, who is the Assistant Secretary at the Office of the President, and Victor Kwajoga Adawudu, member of the NDC Legal and Communication Teams. Thank you, gentlemen. It's always nice having you on the show.